Hi friends, I'm back in my kitchen. The last video I did was a chocolate truffle recipe. I'm doing this recipe because it was requested by one of my subscribers. Last year I showed how to make a cucumber salad. It's an old-fashioned cucumber salad. The recipe's quite old. Your grandmother's probably even made this at one time. I'm going to show you the list of ingredients that you need. It's not much at all. You're going to need a bowl. You're going to need a couple long cucumbers. This is an English cucumber, and these are two cucumbers that I got from the Amish when I went there last week. So that's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. You want the equivalency of like 2 large cucumbers. You're going to need some white pepper. Preferably, you can use black pepper if you want to, but we're going to need this later for the sauce. And the sauce is going to be the white pepper, it's going to be some sugar and some vinegar, but we'll get to that in a little bit. You're going to need some salt, and you're going to need an onion. What we need to do with these cucumbers right now, we need to get them peeled and sliced thin. Okay, the first thing that we want to do is get our onion, and I just cut it in half. And then cut it in half like that. And then we're just going to thinly slice as thin as you can. About like this here, if you can see that. Just pretty thin. What we're going to do, we're just going to pull the onions apart, you know, so they're just little broken pieces there. And then we're going to get ready to slice the cucumbers. I've already started slicing my cucumbers. You don't want them like, you know, super thin like this, but you don't want them real thick either. So, you know, just get them kind of about like that. I've got one more I've got to start chopping. Okay, so last one. This recipe is really nice, especially now in the summertime, because it's a nice summertime salad. But a lot of people grow cucumbers in their gardens, and we get a lot of cucumbers coming in, and we kind of wonder, what can I do with all of these cucumbers? Well, this is one idea. We had this salad so many times last year because if you follow me on Instagram especially, but I think I even showed it last year on my vlogs. We had like over 100 big long cucumbers that came in our garden last year, and so we had a lot of this salad. But it's okay because we like it. So what we're going to do now is this. You're going to grab some of your cucumbers, and you're just going to layer them in your bowl, like so. Kind of cover up any empty spaces like that. Just get like one layer, okay? Before you put any onions in there, you're going to get a little bit of salt. And you can just use your fingers to sprinkle, or I have this little spoon thing. You put a little bit of salt there, then you want to go ahead and then get some onions, and then begin layering. And every time you get a layer of cucumbers, you're going to put salt. And don't be afraid. Don't say, oh, this is so much salt, or don't try putting less salt. You want to put a good amount of salt on there, because what you're trying to do is draw out some of the moisture of the cucumbers, and it will help the cucumbers to, you know, curl a little bit. The thinner that you slice them, they get like, they'll curl up on you and so forth. But you want a good amount of salt. What we're going to do after this has set for at least 4 hours. So you want to do this kind of early in the morning or the night before you go to bed. You want to get this together. When it's finished, you'll see what I'm going to do. We're going to take this and we're going to drain it. You'll see all the liquid that's going to come out, and it's going to be just real, you know, salty liquid, which is not what we're going to want, because we're going to put in some vinegar, a little bit of sugar, and the white pepper, and that will be like the dressing. And you won't need to add any salt, obviously, because there'll still be a little bit of the saltiness flavor to it. It's not overbearing, trust me. This is actually really good. And other people that have made this have come to me and said, Sandy, I tried your cucumber salad and it was really good. So it is good. So I'm just going to finish layering this. Okay, then after everything's layered, and that top layer of your cucumbers, make sure that you still put salt on it. And then we're just going to cover it with some saran and try to get it down here because we're going to set weights on it. So get your plastic to go all the way down like so. Then go ahead and cover. And then I have some sand. This is that sand that you can get like over at the craft store. They sell it at Walmart, I think Target. And then just either some beans. I have some lentils just to kind of really weight it down a little bit. So now this is going to go in the fridge here for at least 4 hours. Okay, it's time to get our weights off of our cucumbers. And I actually have a little bit more time that I could have left that set in there, but that's okay. I'm pressed on time this afternoon, and so I am just going to do it a little early. Now, what you need is 3/4 cup of white wine vinegar or distilled vinegar. Don't use balsamic. Don't use apple cider vinegar. It's best to use white wine or just a regular distilled vinegar. To this, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and preferably white pepper if you have it. And then, you know, it's all nice and clear and you don't have little black specks. So what we need to do is take this off and go drain any excess liquid that is from the cucumbers into the colander over here at the sink. If you want to go ahead and get some water and give it a little rinse, you can, to get a little bit of that salt off. Once you're all drained, no more liquids really coming out, we're going to come back over here and put it all back into our bowl. And I'll clean that out in a minute, because I'm one-handed right now. Okay, then we're just going to take our dressing. Really, that's what you've made, is a dressing. And then you're just going to take this and toss it all up. And you can go ahead and eat it like now if you wanted to, like if you were making it for dinner. But the thing is, the longer that this marinades, the better that it tastes. It actually will even taste better the following day. So like your cucumbers, with the salt and layering, do it the night before, or do it like first thing in the morning. Like, you know, if you get up and you're up by 7 o'clock in the morning, because it doesn't take that long to do it. Then let it set for 4 hours. That's putting you like late morning, very early afternoon. Then you'd be able to put the dressing on it and then let it sit for several hours then before you go to eat dinner. Okay, I've already transferred my cucumber slices into my little storage bowl here, and I added some dill. You don't have to, but I like dill. If you have some fresh dill from your garden, by all means go ahead and use that. This is dried dill, and I got this when I was visiting my mom in March. And even though it's, you know, dried or dehydrated, it's actually still really fresh and it smells so good. So I like to put some dill in. You don't have to, and especially if you don't like dill. You know, that's optional. You can leave that out. And I have another cucumber recipe, cucumbers and cream, where you use sour cream. And I might show that another time too. So anyway, thanks for watching. And next, after this, I have a vlog coming up, and I'll see you then.